Alright. Welcome back, chaps and chapettes, to the newest episode of the Chaps Chat with me, myself, and I, Connell B. Doyle. Listen, chaps and chapettes, you're reading the title correctly. Yes, we are going to be discussing my notorious court case. Oh, there's some junkie coming past, blasting music. What a great intro. Wow. Good song, bro. Good song. There we go. Great start to the video. Anyway, boys, whether you can tell or can't tell, I'm having a mojito here. And what do you figure that means for my court case? Does it mean that I got acquitted, or does it mean I got found guilty and I'm on my way to spend my days trying to not drop the soap? What do you think? You know? What do you think's going on here? Because I drink whether or not I got freed or dropped the soap worthy. You know, it'd be drinking to forget or drinking to celebrate. So anyways, chaps and chapettes, if you're out there, you're watching this, do me a favour. Have a beer with me. You're about to find out my results very, very soon. And a lot of you guys are now looking, being like, why is he on a new channel? Listen, we're on a new channel because the bloody YouTube have been nuking my channel on Connell B. Doyle, the vlogs channel. So now it's just for vlogs, chaps chat. We say too much crazy stuff. The vlogs are pretty heavy rock and roll, but we do it in a way that we can kind of somewhat bypass the extreme shadow bans, which chaps chat just can't. So anyway, guys, I want to say one cheers before I get into this. I'm going to take a big drink here. So to love and honour, if you can't come in here, come honour, and cheers. Tap the mic, and here we go. Boys, you want to hear about the score case, you're going to hear all about it. You're about to hear all about it. But anyways, it's important that, you know, if you do drink, you can have a drink at the right time. If you don't drink, make sure you relieve some stress some other way, you know. Go sleep with your... What do people who don't drink do? I know, go sleep with your boyfriend or something, you know. I don't know what you guys do. We're joking, of course. I actually respect it. But anyways, nonetheless, welcome to this week's episode. So to summarise what's going on right now, a big Dutch lady has just walked on the shot here, and there's a few of you boys out there who are so young and thirsty, I could imagine you screenshot this episode and you put that into your secret folder. But anyways, right, so what's going on is YouTube are getting pretty on my case about Chaps Chat, because obviously in a vlog there's maybe 4 things that are ridiculous. You know, if you watch the last vlog, we go into an Indian restaurant, we're making comments about them eating with their feet or cooking with their feet. We made a comment about them not using the sink, you know, or not knowing what a sink is. We make a comment about them being explosive, obviously, referring to the whole Muslim nature. But that all happens within 60 seconds. The whole Chaps Chat 1 hour and 10 minutes is just controversial. It's just straight up controversial. I had YouTube thumbnails being like, how to racist max, ranking my least favourite minorities, how to cheat on a girl, being white is so back, Europe has failed, immigrants are ruining Europe. These were all the titles I was having, and they were just shutting it down. So now we've got a new channel, because at the end of the day, my goal with social media is to become one of the coolest and the biggest and the most influential YouTubers. Because on YouTube right now, when you look around at the landscape, like, think about this, right? Actually, everybody who's sitting listening to me on Spotify or watching this right now, actually think I'm about to tell you a literal legal proceeding that I had that doesn't make me look good, doesn't make me look professional, doesn't make me look cool, doesn't make me look smart, doesn't make me look anything. It doesn't give me a good impression whatsoever, but I'll tell you guys about it because that's what I do. Like, this is probably one of the most open YouTube channels there is that you'll find, and they don't promote us, they don't condone us whatsoever. But at the same time, we don't want Chaps Chat being completely shut down entirely. So everybody who's new to this channel, the Chaps Chat channel, make sure you hit your notification bells, you hit the like button, you show us some support. I will repost anybody who's posting it in their stories, etc. And yeah, listen guys, I love you all. There's also extra episodes on Patreon where we really say the dangerous stuff. So anybody who's subscribed to the Patreon will already know about the date of the court hearing, and I just talked about the semantics of what's actually happened. So anyways, YouTube, yeah, we've made this new channel. It's all going to be here what we were saying on YouTube wasn't fitting. It was tarnishing the vlogs. The vlogs are, you know, as I say, 60 seconds, maybe 4 minutes total of like controversial things. Chap chat can be up to 56 minutes, you know. Some of them are even longer than the hour. So that's what's going down in Chinatown with the whole YouTube. That's why we're here. And listen, we also had another situation that was a bit of a dampener on the week. Again, it's talked about in detail on Chap Chat because I'm actually not allowed to talk about this sort of stuff on YouTube, like, at all. But essentially, we did a fucking bloody old pesky meetup this week. We did a meetup in Amsterdam. Thank you to everybody who showed up. So cool meeting some of you guys. Like, I loved it. I love how cool my followers are as well. They're so chill, so based. This guy, one of these guys, shows up. Again, it's all talked about on the Chat Chat Extra in further detail. I do it with David, so David actually tells the story because it was predominantly involving David. Now listen, and this is a message for a lot of you boys. You need to realise in life, right? Unfortunately, in life, boys are like a bit, like, to be a man, you gotta be masculine. You kind of gotta be confrontational in some shape or form, you know. I'm not saying physically confrontational, but, you know, academically confrontational, politically confrontational. You gotta just have a spine in some way, shape or form. And this guy comes to the meetup. Nice guy. Like, obviously he's a fan. He's watched the videos before. I thought he was so cool. I really liked him initially. I was like, actually, you know, it's nice that I've met somebody else in Amsterdam who's in the Netherlands, and whenever we travel in the Netherlands or go to another country, he's nearby. He can always come, be involved in vlogs, and he's a good looking guy. Obviously, I'm with David, right? You guys know David. David is like a very good looking boy, right? Very nice boy, which is more important than looks. Very nice boy, but like me and David, dress good, like we're good chat, etc. You know, girls like me and David, and there's a real current theme the other night with this. So anyway, a guy shows up to my fan meetup to fight me again. Alright? To fight me. There's no other reason for this. No other reason than just trying to fight me. So, he is the roommate of another guy who actually likes my stuff. The minute I walk in, he's starting to make rude comments to me. He's fat and black, or Latino or whatever, right? So that's already setting the scene. Not to be disrespectful and like blatantly racist, but like it's time to be blatantly racist. Out of everybody there, the one black guy started a fight, you know. So this is the fan meetup. I tell the full details on the episode on the Chap Chat Extra. So anyway, that's one thing, right? We got a fan and his roommate, fat, black, gay as well, I believe. Or his housemate, roommate told me he was bisexual. Let me take a drink here. If you haven't cracked open a beer yet, go get yourself one. Listen, I'm gonna crack open my second mojito. These mojitos really remind me of my ex-girlfriend. So I might start crying during this episode. I'm only joking. This is a great episode. I can't wait to tell you all finally what happened with my court case. But let me take a second sip here. Listen, this is how real this YouTube channel is. You're literally watching me boozing, trying to tell a story. But anyway, let me get to it in a second. Give me 5 seconds, for goodness sakes, everybody. But there you go. Hope you enjoy that ASMR. So, bang. We're doing a fan meetup in the Netherlands. We arrive. There's a good-looking Irish guy there. There's a couple of girls around. All the boys are there, you know. It's good vibes. Good like setup, good vibes. Me and David arrive a little late, you know. Listen, when you're a rock star, you can do what you want. That's what they say, eh? So we arrive a little late. I go in. The one black guy at the meetup, rude, instantly says something snide, says something cheeky. We talk about it on Chap Chat Extra if you want to go listen. I was like, alright, who's this fat gay guy? Right? Literally, like, the guy was like actually obese. Cheeky comment, but I didn't mind. I don't care. Like, I'm used to them on the internet. I get cheeky comments all the time. Anyways, then the girl is talking to this good-looking Irish guy, and the good-looking Irish guy, I was like, yeah, as I say, he was cool. He was nice. I was like, cool, we've maybe made a new friend here, somebody to come with us. We travel with him. He can be in the videos. He knows the videos. He knows what's up. Fantastic. Good vibes. Nice guy. The girl that he was with and had spent, you know, the hour before we arrived with her, he was kissing her, I believe he says. We go in and I see her, and I know when a girl just wants attention. I know a girl who just is looking attention from any man, and I just said, I'm not going near this girl, right? I'm not giving girls attention. I don't want to give girls attention. So I'm like, all right, love, see you later. I'm not talking to you, right? Because I could just see she was looking attention. She was speaking to the musician. She was speaking to the Irish guy. She was speaking to the guy making sourdough bread and garlic butter. She was then on to David, right? Because apparently she likes Jewish boys. And David's not even fully Jewish, by the way. Like, that's a massive joke as well. Like, he's got a bit of Jewish heritage. I'm sure most people do, not me, thankfully. But anyways, like, he's not actually Jewish. He doesn't practice Judaism at all. So that's obviously an inside joke on the internet that everybody who watches the vlogs understands. But she's on to David. And David's nice, right? And in the nicest way possible, I most definitely am a lot more shallow than David. So I found her unattractive, to say the least. So I just straight up didn't want to speak to her and give her any sort of gratification or attention. David also found her unattractive, so didn't want to get into conversation, but didn't also want to be rude and just walk away. So she's speaking to David, but this Irish guy is just like, he just wants her. Alright? He's a good looking kid too. I don't know why he was doing it, but anyway, he goes over and I say, listen, sweetheart, you're doing all this talking to everyone. Just kiss him. Just you two stick together. Trying to wingman the guy because I did like him. So they start snogging in the tent. And I was like, good vibes. That's what I want to see. Some of the boys watching the videos getting some action. That's what we're here for. Helping out the young men, you know, with their relationships. Helping them out with life. Getting them a wee bit of tongue action. A wee bit of a French kiss. Anyway, he's getting the kiss. And I dip. And then he comes over. He's like, oh, mate, you wingman me. Thank you for that. And he daps me up. He's like, yeah, you wingman me. That was so funny. It was so funny. They were kissing in front of everyone. And then she corners David. And she's like, hey, just want to let you know that, like, that meant nothing. Kissing that guy, I didn't want to kiss him. Like, I just did it. I didn't want to do it. Just so it doesn't ruin anything that we have got going on right now. David was like, whoa, lady, don't worry, like, there's nothing going on here. And she says, yeah, but if something does happen, I just want you to know I don't like that guy. So then David comes over to me and is like, bro, that girl kissing that Irish guy has just told me she doesn't like him, and she didn't really want to kiss him, she just did it. So I go, alright, gotta be one of the boys here, mate. Gotta tell that guy, because he's following her around like flies on shit. You know, he's just clinging to that girl. Anytime she walks away, he's got his arm around her. He's sitting by the river with her, etc. He likes that girl. Go, we need to tell him. So I said, come on over here. Let me tell you something. Listen, son, you know, take a seat. The girl's just said she didn't want to kiss you there, and she sort of said it to David. So she's trying to play you and play David at the same time, mate. David's not interested. Just letting you know, don't get made a fool out of, especially not at a meetup that I'm doing, you know. Don't get shown up when I'm, you know, doing this whole thing. It's the worst person to get shown up in front of. The amount of lecturing I've done on Chaps Chat about this sort of stuff. Everybody should know better. Everybody who's showing up to see all the other boys who are listening to this stuff. Everybody who's one of the shown you cannot be getting shown up in front of the boys, the real ones. And he's like, bro, do you think I care? I said, good man. She's actually not attractive at all, in my eyes anyway. Of course, that's subjective opinion. But she's not attractive. You know, David doesn't like her. I don't like her. You like her. You can do what you want. Whatever. But she is trying to mug you off to my friend. And he was like, but why would she say that to him? Like, why is she interested in him? I said to him, I was like, bro, David's a good looking guy. And as well, just because David isn't out on vlogs kissing girls, and stuff like that. Sometimes we've done it to be funny. David's a beautiful guy, you don't see how many girls are coming up to me and David. Like, David's a good looking boy. So, yeah, like, that's another thing as well, I think, because people just, like, I don't know. But, like, listen, sometimes you gotta learn in life. There's always somebody prettier, smarter, and nicer than you. You gotta work harder, so it's important to realise that too. But anyway, David's a good looking boy. Obviously, she likes David, do you know what I mean? But at the same time, not to diminish David, but she's also on to everybody else. But of course she likes David. So, like, when he said that, I was like, bro, obviously, like, he's a good looking boy. That's why she said it to him. She wants to kiss him. He's being nice to her. And that's what it is. Like, you and her are the ones giving her time of day. She would also kiss anybody here. So, like, don't take it too personally either, you know? Like, I don't want to be like, well, my friend's better looking than you. I'm not saying that either. Like, you're a good looking boy too, mate. Like, it's just how it is. That's life. Alright? So anyways, me and David then are together telling him this full story. Like, David, you tell him. So David comes over and he's like, bro, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm not trying to get with your girl, but she did say that. Please don't say anything. Like, this will make the rest of the evening awkward. We've got a girl at this meetup here who's trying to be involved, trying to be with everybody. I'm maybe being a bit rude because I'm shallow and superficial, and I don't like giving girls who want attention at my time of day. And especially because she was acting like that, which I knew she would from the minute I met her, how flirty she was. Anyways, this is all going on. This is all kicking off. We're saying to this guy, don't say anything. He's like, do you think I care? Do you think I care? I couldn't care less. I got loads of girls. Bro, she's ugly. He's saying all this. I won't say anything. He's dapped me up. He's dapped David up. Don't worry, boys. I won't say anything. I won't say anything. She walks past. He literally, this is no word of lie, she literally walks past. He goes, hey, why did you say you didn't want to kiss me to him? And David just goes, oh, bro. And I just go, oh, for God's sakes, this has just made this whole thing awkward now. And then he pulls her aside. After saying to our face, this conversation went on for a good 5 minutes. Don't say anything, bro. Don't worry about her. I know you might be like her a bit. Can't trust women. Bladdy, 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 blah. All the whole good stuff. All the whole shebang. And then he goes straight away and says something to her. So we were like, okay, chilling. Cool. Calm, collected. We were like, right, we're just going to walk away. We're just going to walk away from this entire situation right now. So me and the old star boy, we then walk to the bathroom. Sack this guy off. He's just here to cause drama. He's saying one thing to us, one to the other. We walk off. So me and then Star are in the bathroom and he comes up. He's like, hey boys. I'm like, bro, why did you just go and say that to her? Don't come up and act like you didn't. He's like, oh, well, I don't want to get mugged off. And I was like, then don't tell us you're not going to say something. Tell us you're going to say something and then say something. Be like, I can't accept that. I'm going to say something. We would have respected that. Don't just come here and cause drama. This all leads to the fight, by the way. Anyway, he's chirping in my ear. He's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. He's saying all this stuff. I just went, bro, I don't want to hear it. So I just, like, pushed him. Like, I mean, the most mild, like, it wasn't like a push. It's like, oh, bro, I don't want to hear it. You know when you're just being dismissive? You're kind of like, oh, whatever, bro. Don't worry about it, right? Don't worry about it, bro. I don't want to hear it. He's like, are we on bad terms? I'm like, not at all, mate. And I just sort of put on him. I'm like, bro, I just don't want to hear about it. Not even remotely aggressive. Not even with the most malintent ever. It's like, bro, I don't want to hear about it. All right? So I said, right, boys, I'm going to piss. We'll get a beer after. So go in the bathroom. Pish. David then goes in once I come out of the cubicle, and then that guy comes in. I'm stood there talking to some other geezer about how to make sourdough bread, believe it or not. And the guy's housemate, the black fat Latino, comes up. He's like, did you push my friend? And it genuinely took me a minute to process. It's like, what? What? You pushed my friend? And I thought, I didn't push your friend. It's like, no, mate, I didn't. He's like, yeah, you pushed my friend. David hears this, and David thought he was joking. David was like, are you joking? And the guy's like, no, like, you pushed my friend. He pushed my friend, sorry. And David's like, no, he didn't, man. Like, it was just like oh, bro, I don't want to hear it. And the guy then comes right up to my face. He's like, did you push my friend? Don't touch my friend. I just went, bro, if you don't get out of my face, I'm going to push you. Anyways, I'll tell more details on the chap chat extra because I can't tell the full story. Somebody then beat him up pretty much. Somebody just hit him, I think somebody hit him. I don't know anything about this. I have no recollection. All I know is he left the event with a busted lip, chipped tooth, I believe. And I think, yeah, he got called a few insulting terms, but he learnt his lesson not to get in people's faces like that. So that's what happened at the meetup this week. Disgraceful behaviour from them guys. Like, that black guy, rude from the get-go. The minute something happened, he was trying to confront me, trying to fight me. And yeah, he left there. And he's lucky he didn't leave in any worse condition. He's lucky there's a lot of people there. A lot of people who were not wanting that sort of thing to happen. Of course, me, I didn't do anything. I just was like, alright. And then it was handled. But you can listen to the full situation, like way more detail on Chat Extra. I just don't want to say too much about like fighting and stuff in case it gets banned. But let me take another drink of my Bacardi. It's feeding into what he was saying. He's like, you're drunk Irish. I was like, bro, I wish I was drunk right now. I bloody wish I was drunk right now. He's like, you drunk Irish fuck. Like, you're a fat gay Latino, mate. Your lips busted. Have you not learnt your lesson already? Like, if me and you step aside here, like I literally had to say to him, it's like, bro, like, you are in trouble. And everybody else was like, look at your face right now, bro. You're being very brave. You're being very brave. Like, busted up, chipped tooth. The guy just kept being aggressive and wouldn't stop. And like, everybody's watching him being like, why is he acting like this? Obviously, people had to get involved and stop him because he was going to get his ass whipped. But anyway, let me take a drink here, boys. So, that's what happened at the meetup this week. Do you guys actually like listening to this sort of stuff, by the way? Just hearing the madness that goes on. I think I spoke to my sister about it. I think we're too big now. I was saying it to David. This is another situation that happened later in the evening. I was saying it to David. I was like, we're too big now, too well known to be doing this sort of stuff anymore. Like, that sort of burned luxury of doing meetups, because there's just going to be people who show up who don't like you, who do want to take their first chance to fight, who do want to show up to fight. We're too big for that now. Like, you know, our Instagram and stuff's crazy. Our TikTok's getting crazy as well. It's just not worth it anymore, not worth the risk. It just takes somebody to show up with a weapon and everybody there's in trouble. But we then go to this other bar later, Slancha Bar. It's actually the bar, if any of you saw the clip, which I'm assuming most of you have. The girl called me racist and refused to serve me. Then the manager came down and served me. That was hilarious. But essentially, we go there. Group of Americans. One of the group of Americans recognises me. He starts buying me shots, buying David shots. Really nice. The bar manager obviously recognised me, started playing my song. You know, other guy comes up and is like, I'd love to collab with you. We're getting pictures. Like, there's heat. There's a bit of attention there on us, right? And boys, it's not me being egotistical. We're not massive YouTubers, but we are massive on Instagram. And we are popular. I had nearly like 1 point whatever million on TikTok before I got banned. Like, we get recognised. And this guy comes in, and again, good looking boy comes in. He was chatting up two girls. The two girls were English. Unfortunately, some people in England hate Americans and they hate the accent. So the girls were just laughing at these boys. No matter how good looking they were, the girls were laughing. And then the girls started talking to me. Right, hey, like, how are you? Where are you from? Da-da-da-da. I'm having none of it. I'm just not in the mood to talk to women. Some days I'm like that. So yeah, we're in this bar. Like, as I say, we're just not in the mood to talk to women, alright? And the girls were talking to us. They were being really polite. They were being really kind. I just didn't want to have a conversation. But because the girls were interested in talking to me, the guys were then, it's like anything. You're peacocking, alright? And I rate it. I respect it. It's important to show your masculinity sometimes. It's natural. I like it. I respect it. I genuinely respect. Like, see my nephews, boys. See when they get into fights with people in the street, I'm like, good for you. Like, don't hit anybody first, ever. But if somebody hits you or shoves you too hard, shove them hard back, hit them back. I love it. I love hearing them stories. It's important as well. And it's important for people to know their own strength too. So when they don't like me, I'm like, all right, okay. I don't care. I get it. All right? We're here. We got a camera. Me and David, we're good-looking boys, believe it or not. And we dress good. And people asking for photos. They're putting our music on. It happens. It's natural. It's a natural human reaction. To be like, I want to sleep with these girls. These girls are laughing at me. They are talking to them. We don't like them. But this little American fuck, he then waits for me to leave the table and goes over and actually confronts David. Slightly confronts him. He just goes up to David when I was in the bathroom and goes, fuck you. And David, so chill. You guys have watched the videos. David's the most chill guy ever. There's actually no confrontational, like physical confrontational bone in David's body. David also doesn't take BS at the same time. David's very, very smart. Like a really smart guy. So if somebody said something stupid to David, he can nitpick it and pull it apart, you know. Then you could be like, is that right, dickhead? Are you sure about that? Sort of thing. Doesn't obviously say dickhead because he's not that sort of person. But he's not stupid. He looks after himself. And he can defend me as well. And I'm more physical than him when it comes to it, and a lot more aggressive. But still, he just turns around to the guy and he laughs at him. And he's like, all right, bro, thank you. The guy's like, well, fuck you more. He was like, thank you. Love it. So cool. Aura farming. Anyways, so I come back and David's like, just to let you know, mate, and like that guy walked over here and just said, F you to me. And I was like, is that right? And then I was like, okay, noted. Then we see this guy drinking alone at the bar. And I genuinely mean this, boys. Anybody who's listened to this who knows me, you'll know what I'm like. Anybody will know what I'm like. You've watched the videos, you know what I'm like. You'll see me meet people in the street and be like, come with us. I feel bad if people aren't involved in stuff. I like people having fun. I genuinely, the reason I do YouTube still, and the reason I do Chap Chat still, even though it's shadow banned and it gets barely any views, on Spotify it does well, obviously, and on YouTube, or sorry, Instagram and TikTok, all the clips go crazy viral or whatever. It makes people on Sunday, or on a Wednesday, or on a Monday now when we do Chap Chat and Cut, it makes people smile, people laugh at it, people have fun, people drink a beer to it, people are working on the farm, gym. I like people having fun. I love it, you know. So I see this guy drinking alone in the bar. I'm like, bro, do you want to come with us? Come with us. Big, heavy, fat guy. That wee American guy who made a comment to David walks over to him and says, you don't want to be seen with them guys. I'm like, right. That's it. So anyway, he goes out to the smoking area. And I don't know what happened. I have no recollection. But I believe somebody went out in the smoking area, confronted him, and actually put a cigarette out on him. So that's insane. I obviously don't smoke cigarettes. I only smoke cigarillos. But anyway, somebody went out and did that. Full details of that story are on the Patreon. They're not going to be talked about here because we don't want to get banned. But yeah, I don't know who did that. Same situation as I don't understand what happened fully at the fan meetup in Amsterdam. But yeah, it was just, things are just a blur. Sometimes people get involved and people do things. So anyway, I believe he learned his lesson about speaking badly to David like that. Anyway, so yeah, that happened. And I sort of said to David after, and David was like, oh, I think they just must hate you and stuff like that. And I was like, bro, okay, yeah, people can hate me. There's a big aspect that a lot of boys need to learn, which is like jealousy too. Boys need to learn that. And I like when other men are jealous. It's cool. It's natural. It's a human reaction. I'm a jealous person. You guys can be a jealous person. Like, but I'm not going to go out and try and... Somebody else doing well doesn't help me do any better. You know, I can be jealous of someone. I can be jealous of, you know, Jordan Belfort having that big yacht, or literally DiCaprio getting to do a movie scene with Margot Robbie. But him doing well doesn't mean that I can't do well either, you know. It's me hating on him or pulling him down doesn't mean I'm going to do any better. So it's a situation in these bars. I'm like, David, bro, like, you're sat there, you're a good-looking guy, I'm a good-looking guy, we dress well, you know, we're out buying shots for people are buying us shots, the bars, putting music on. People are going to hate on you. Then we're doing a meetup, there's girls talking to you, there's girls showing up to meet us. Then some guy who's fat black and Latino is going to be there and he's not going to like it, you know. It's jealousy a lot of the time. And I used to hate when my family would say, oh, they're jealousy. You would never really understand it, boys. It's important to realise that people in life will be jealous of you. You can't really dispute that. It's going to happen. But listen, that is the week with the fan meetup summarised. Now, it's time to talk about the court case. We're getting into the big boys now. So, as a lot of you guys may be aware, essentially, let me bring it back. For the last 10 months, I've been under investigation for a crime and an allegation that I did not commit. And it's been under investigation for 10 months. It went to trial very recently. And thank God somebody was looking out for me. You know, obviously God was looking out for me. And the judge acquitted me of the allegation. So a lot of you guys have been speculating about what I was accused of, because a lot of people saw me getting arrested. A lot of people saw different stories. A lot of people actually were physically present when I got arrested, who were aware of me online. They recorded it and they posted it online. Then there was theories about why I got arrested. People were saying it was rape. People were saying it was sexual assault. Loads of theories spread about online. I then didn't do an Andrew Tate. I didn't do a whole, the Matrix is attacking me, they're putting a false allegation against me, this, and this. I didn't do any of that. I sat stoically. I had faith in God. And I realised that, do you know what it is? I'm going to set this one here. I'll address the minor aspects that, yes, I have been arrested. Okay, people recorded me getting arrested. I will also post footage of it to pull that away from them. I will address it myself. I will let you guys know on podcast, yes, I have been arrested, but I'm not going to sit here and cry about it. I'm not going to do an Andrew Tate and go, oh, they're making this up about us. Oh, the Matrix is attacking me. No, I had faith in God. I sat quietly like a man. I sat stoically like a man, and I let the due process occur. I waited for the due process to occur. I waited 10 months. I didn't talk about it in detail. I waited and I sat patiently. I had faith in God, and look what's happened now. I've been acquitted. And it was worse than most of you guys could actually imagine. Because, unfortunately, with the whole entire situation, there was CCTV footage of it. And the statements, right, and this is all, I'm paraphrasing all this, obviously, legally, for legal reasons, I have to say this, I'm paraphrasing, this is all allegedly, but allegedly, the CCTV footage recorded me not doing it. A guy and a girl who we were very kind to the whole night, who we brought out for drinks. We were chill with her. I don't know if this guy was maybe her boyfriend. I don't know what was going on. I don't know the whole situation, but essentially this guy then turned around and accused me of assaulting him, a violent assault, some form of assault. They said it was like an arranged attack, I believe, initially. That charge got dropped. They said that me and some guy who I literally do not know until this situation. They said that he accused, because it's in Dutch, I can't translate it perfectly because it's using Google Translate, but I believe that he said that me and this guy that I don't know arranged to attack him or whatever. Then that charge, I believe, got dropped. I don't know exactly because it's in a foreign country. Anyway, overall, the reason I went to court was for an assault that literally was recorded on camera. I was wearing a cheetah coat and a pair of pink sunglasses, as you can see in the vlog. As I say, the CCTV footage showed me not doing what this guy accused me of doing. Then my attorney sent their attorney the footage and said, have you actually watched this? Like, look at this footage. Like, my attorney literally emailed their attorney and said, have you watched the footage? The guy's literally wearing a cheetah coat and pink sunglasses, and you're saying he's doing XYZ. We can see the guy in the CCTV footage in the bloody pink sunglasses and in the cheetah coat. not doing what you said he done, right? So not only did this guy make this up, the girl that we were with also gave a statement, and I believe that the judge, now this is me paraphrasing because I don't want to get in trouble, as I say, this is all paraphrasing, the judge also could not take her statement seriously because their statements completely did not correlate. Their statement just straight up didn't correlate to the CCTV footage. So I'm being on trial for 10 months for something that the CCTV footage doesn't even show. The CCTV footage was completely different. My attorney was literally speaking to me being like, what? Like what? The footage from the bar shows you not doing this. I actually got hit in the footage. So I don't want to say too much, because now I'm looking at going back. Now I'm looking, either I've got two options right now myself. Either I thank God and say, do you know what it is? I got away gracefully. Or I go for them now as well. So I'm looking at a couple options right now of countersuing both people for making up a false statement. Because I'm not impressed. 10 months. I spent time in jail. I spent 3 days in jail. 3 days in jail. All for a false statement. That, like, literally, this is it. And I don't know why they did it. I don't know if they wanted money, because I believe, allegedly, he was looking for around 1.7k for a black eye. Or some sort of facial damage. I think there's facial damage. Again, it was in Dutch. It was a police report that I can't read because I had to Google Translate it. He's looking for 1.7k for like a minor lump on his eye, I believe, or maybe a bruise to his arm or something. I don't know. He's also then taking somebody else to court. So another guy is getting taken to court. So he's trying to take me to court, and then another guy, and he's saying I did it all, CCTV, or he said I did a lot of it. Sorry, not all of it, obviously. He's saying some other guy did shit too. Essentially, it's just the most insane story. He says that I, like, literally walked up to him at a fence. Now, this is me paraphrasing because I really don't want to say anything that's wrong. Like, as I say, I'm allowed to say allegedly or in my opinion. In my opinion and allegedly, from what I read on Google Translate of the police report, he accused me of walking up to him at a fence and then beating him up. The CCTV footage showed the fence. I didn't beat him up at a fence. Literally shoot it. Didn't do any of it. Insane. So anyway, 10 months of under investigation. And thankfully, and thank the Lord, the judge actually watched the video, watched the CCTV and went, what? The judge obviously didn't say what. This is me saying allegedly. You have to be so careful. The judge then said, yeah, we're going to acquit this guy. We're going to acquit this guy. We're watching the footage right here. The judge agreed with every single thing pretty much that my attorney said the whole time. So I got acquitted, obviously, because if the judge didn't agree with me, I'd be either in jail right now or doing something. I'd have some legal repercussions, essentially, for assaulting the guy. And it's just insane, because I don't want to paraphrase too much what the guy said in general, because I think there's a second court case going to happen right now. But it's insane. It's insane that I have not, and I haven't spoke about this. I haven't said anything. I've been acquitted now. I'm allowed back into America. So if there's anybody who wants to meet me on a private jet out to America, it's perfect. That's why we had the meetup in the Netherlands this week, because obviously it's all over now. The whole situation's done. I can finally talk about it. Literally getting millions of views. People questioning what actually happened. I think the video of me talking about it got like 250,000 views. It's fucking insanity. It's insanity. So thankfully it's over. God willing, God just watched the CCTV footage and went, well, that doesn't line up with what you two have said. Like, at all. At all. And yeah, even this, it got as far as the situation being like, we got essentially told by like one of the officers, I don't know how Dutch fucking law works, we got told by one of the officers that I was allowed to do it online. They're like, yeah. So one of the officers allegedly said it should be fine or something along those lines. Essentially, kind of accepting me doing it online. Then it came to the day before or 2 days before, and they were like, yeah, you can't do it online anymore. You have to be in person because we're worried that you're going to film this and stuff. It's like, what? We're not just going to record us filming a court case. That's completely illegal. That's the most dumb way to die ever. Let's record us doing something illegal and then post us doing something illegal. Like it didn't make any sense. Anyways, it's over now. Essentially, the situation was, went into a bar and then literally was just sat there. Some guy was like yelling in my ear. Don't know if he didn't like my videos. Don't know what was going on. I was like, bro, shut up. Like, just stop, right? I was like, oh, give over. I mean, that was it. That was it. So, I'll give over. Stop yelling in my ear. Next thing you know, I'm being accused of like punching him against fences, assaulting him, da 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 da. Essentially, I'm just getting accused of assaulting him then. And then the girl saying that I assaulted him. And then the CCTV footage came out and shows me in a bloody cheetah coat and pink sunglasses with me, not assaulting him. Their attorney then refused to accept that twice because my attorney sent it back again and was like, are you sure? Are you sure? Have you watched the footage? You're saying that Connell assaulted him against the fence. This is the footage. He didn't hit him. Your client hit Connell. And then it went the whole way to court. And the judge just went, well, allegedly, because I wasn't there. Because I wasn't allowed to be doing it online. Because I had to be there in person. And I've got obligations in Ireland that I can't just be there. I got a sister who's now 7 weeks from giving birth. And another sister who's getting married in literally 2 days here. And it's just like, I can't just come to Amsterdam right now for this court case. You've given me now essentially 24 hours notice before I've got a firm confirmation of what's happening. I can't just come, you know? And from what my lawyer told me, essentially the judge just couldn't accept the girl's statement, I believe, because it was just, her statement out of everything was just essentially, I'm paraphrasing, but it was just essentially not accurate at all or matching the CCTV footage. And the guy is obviously trying to sue against me. He's trying to sue against another guy. So yes, boys and girls, essentially that's really as much as I can say about it right now. I'm sure in the next couple of months when I find out legally, I have asked, am I allowed to like show footage of the guy? Am I allowed to show footage of the girl who made up the stuff? Am I allowed to countersue? Am I allowed to say their names? I've got a specific story that I would like to talk about where I believe maybe somebody, I don't know who it was or what was going on, but somebody actually called me. I got given information through Instagram, through phone calls about who the person was who was accusing me. I got given, I believe, his address. I don't know if it's a scam or whatever. I got given loads of information about the boy who was accusing me. I believe they sent me his house, all stuff I genuinely didn't ask for. I just responded to people being like, it's not that deep. Like, I'm not worried. I'm going to go to court. I don't need to know his address. I don't need to know his phone number. I got given all this information about the guy. And, like, from the start, I knew it was BS. Here's my mugshot. I'm going to post this on a clip. So if you want to see the mugshot, it's on Instagram today, probably when you're watching this. My mugshot's here. I didn't take the whole thing seriously because I knew it was a fabrication. I knew the minute I got arrested, I told the police officers, it's like, yeah, listen, what? Like, I don't know what you're doing with me right now. This is ridiculous. Like, why am I involved in this situation? I literally worked alongside the police the whole time. I told them the whole story, every single detail. It completely paired up with the CCTV footage. I don't know whether somebody was wanting money. I don't know whether somebody just didn't like my content. I don't know what the reason behind it is because you never know the reason, somebody's intention behind something. But even when I got arrested, as I say, the mugshot, I started smiling for the mugshot. The police officer said to me, stop smiling, so I started frowning for the mugshot. I just didn't take it seriously because it was a ridiculous allegation, and thank God, and thank the judge, and thank my attorney as well for actually being good enough to make sure that I didn't get put to jail for this, that I didn't actually suffer any legal consequences, because essentially at the end of the day, there's quite literally it wasn't in black and white, it was in colour. There was colour footage of me not doing it. And listen, boys and girls, that's that. You know, God willing, God always looks out for you, and count your blessings. And I'm now looking into telling some other stories about it. As I say, people reaching out to me, sending or calling. Believe it or not, I don't know how people got my number. Essentially, there's a lot of crazy stuff that happened. People, I believe some of his friends even sent me crazy shit about him. essentially. But I've asked my attorney so I can find out what details I can give. For now, I can only talk about my legal perspective, which was they lied about me. CCTV didn't match up with either of their stories, and I got acquitted. Listen, I love yous. I appreciate yous. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. Help a brother out. I love yous, appreciate yous, and see yous all in the next episode. Chap Chat Extra has every episodes every Friday, I believe. And yeah, every Friday. Enjoy. Ciao. See ya.